I want to kind of create almost a witch jar, but I don't think I'm gonna do the exact same thing or the exact same way. Where's a good place to find dirt?
Oh my god, leave the squirrel alone, Benj.
I love the smell of fall. Fire! It's Halloween. I love freaking bats. Hello witchlings, welcome back to my channel. It's me, your local chaotic witch aunt, and today I am doing one word, 3 ways. This is to kind of give you guys some ideas of different ways spells can look with the same materials. I also got to redo words. Will these actually be words for my house? Yes, probably. But the other thing to keep in mind is that I'm not showing you the prayers that I'm using, most of the spell work that I'm doing around it. I'm just showing the ingredients and how they can be used different ways. So gonna start off with a jar ward, like a witch's jar, that I'm going to move to a candle. And finally, I'm probably gonna end with a fumigation or some sort of charm bag, a container spell, or just something to kind of hang around the house, like a decorative ward. So this is where we're starting, and I hope you enjoy the video. Remember, this is always from my experience, using tools in my practice that I relate to and connect with, and it doesn't have to look the same for you. I'm not going to show the entirety of what I do, including the prayers that I am adding or the candle spell that I'm doing around it, but I will show the jar and the gathering of materials, which I think is the most important part. Now, I gotta find a jar first. Apparently finding a jar in this economy is harder than one would expect. I guess I'm just gonna use a jar that I would get my oils from. Hold on. Go to jar. I wanna kind of create almost a witch jar, but I don't think I'm gonna do the exact same thing or the exact same way. What I wanna start with is some dirt from the house. This is to protect the home. Again, we're gonna start there. Jesus, it's cold today. Where's a good place to find dirt? Benji found a stick. Okay, go under Diana's tree, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna go to the back. There's some right here. This is just some dirt. We're just gonna get some dirt from right here.
Oh my god, leave the squirrel alone, Benj.
I got my dirt. You just get a B-roll of Benji running around the tree. Dude, leave him alone. Mullen? Mullen? Lots of mullen back here. Also lots of dog shit. Come on, you heathen. Jesus. I want to go back inside. It's chilly. I love the smell of fall. Fire! It's Halloween. I love freaking bats. I got my house dirt. Now, what I usually like to do in these types of spells, especially witch bottles, is it's got really bright. Add some hair. Now, I have both me and my partner's hair. I know how to get shit. This is hair from back when like had long hair. So we're gonna do our best. Get that in there. Feel free to use a little material. Now I just gotta find my partner's hair. Always the most difficult of 2 tasks. Here's my partner's hair. We have the same color hair. Everyone always talks about it. Literally, you cannot tell the difference between our 2 hair. Now, we can do the fun part. I'm gonna see if I can position this so you can better see what I'm doing. All right, next, I'm gonna make sure all this gets in there. I'm gonna take iron nails. So what I'm doing is almost like exactly what I would do for a brevi. I'm creating it in a jar. Some salt needs to go in there. I'm gonna be honest, I usually prefer coarse salt, but all I have is fine. Okay. Got spilled everywhere. Throw a little over your left shoulder always. Just a boop. Boop. Now, I always like to add rue. I know someone's gonna be like, I can't believe you put you and your partner's hair together in a jar. There is nothing in here having to do with romance. It's all protection. And who knows, maybe I already have one lying around that I haven't shared. I don't, but what if I did? Would it be the end of the world? Didn't do any binding together either. A little bit of juniper from our yard. Now, the stinkiest part of this process, a little bit of sulfur. Sulfur is used in my practice, in my tradition, for invisibility. I mean, it's definitely like sulfur, but it's not horrible. And I always like to add rose thorns. I like to add 3. Come here. This is not a pretty spell, by the way. All of these are also very specific to my practice, but I hope, ow, stop. Ow. I hope that it'll give someone some inspiration as well for how to make a protection jar, or what kind of ward at least. Now I'm gonna get some olive leaf. Olive leaf's always what I use for blessings as well as protection. And then coral. A little bit of red. And I always add some protection prayers. Here. So here's the first one, a little jar ward, right? Gorgeous. Always make sure you clean up after. I'll probably either keep this close to the front of the house, or I will bury it in the yard. Part 2 of this ward. Actually gonna move an active spell out of the way. Here's my plate. I'm gonna be doing a candle using the same or similar ingredients. I have this big boy that I have been waiting to use. And I guess this is what I'm doing. It definitely needs a wash. Okay, so this is my candle. I think I have a black candle I may use that instead. No black candle, but I do have this red candle that's smaller. I'm using this because I don't feel like doing that. So I'm gonna start off with cleaning this. Gotta get my paper towels. I'm gonna start with Rue water. Ma'am, 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 ma'am. Oh my God, you're such a pain in my ass sometimes. All right, whatever, I'm opening you up since you don't wanna be used as a spray bottle today. So I'm using just a plain kind of wax candle. So what I'm gonna do is, you saw in kind of the other section that I utilized, excuse me, quite a few things, but mostly sulfur, salt, rosemary, rue. So instead of olive leaf, I'm gonna use an oil. And I'm also going to carve the prayer into this. I'm also, if I use sulfur on this, I'm not gonna utilize the non-burnt one. So we're gonna start off with carving the prayer in. Here is that kind of finished prayer. I'm gonna wipe all the wax off. So I could use house dirt. I just have to run outside and get some, but I think it's a good idea. Also, just having it in the house. Red candles in my tradition. Red is a very protective color, so is black. Black is typically for dispelling. This would be more so for protection. Let me grab some dirt. So I have a lot less dirt than I used last time, because this is gonna be lit on fire, you know? So I'm actually gonna start out with my panacea oil. This has olive oil and a lot of protective herbs in it. And I'm just going to anoint. Then you take some dirt. It's really rocky dirt that I grabbed, which isn't great, but it's okay. Now I can have dirt. You can see there's some grass in it. I'm gonna add some salt. I'm gonna be light with this. I don't want a lot. A little bit of rue. A little bit of rosemary. I gotta wash my hands. I'm so dirty. All right, and then I could probably add some juniper, but I don't want to overdo this candle, so I'm just gonna do a small amount. Okay. Now, I would usually leave some of these herbs up here, you know, on this candle, but I don't really want to do that today. I want this to be a nice, clean space. So what I would probably do is I would get a candle thing. That's so descriptive, Frankie. Like a little candle holder. I'm just gonna lift, quick, clean this off. Now what I would probably do is I would probably place this around the house, close to the front of the house. So I'd probably just keep it on my desk, burn it a little bit every day to create an energetic ward or something to kind of keep those energies out. On my altar or by the front door. And I just kind of work this a little bit every day until it was completely burned down. I usually prefer to use glass encased candles, especially black candles, for wards or protection, but red was all I had on me and it works fine. So the really important thing with candles like these is to not flood them, but here are the two wards I've made so far, both different. This one has the prayer written on paper, dirt, salt, everything in it. Also I added coral and iron nails. I'm choosing, you know what, I could probably I'm just gonna stick some iron nails on top. Coral is gonna be a little hard. What I could do is keep wherever I decide to set this. Can I get this in? Oh yeah, one. These are so tiny. Two. 3. Wherever I would end up setting this, I'd probably place coral around it. But I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this yet. So for now, I just gotta find like a little bowl or something to put this in. I'm so professional, Jesus. Okay, here's a plate I got at the thrift. This is just gonna work for now. I probably realistically won't burn this on a ceramic plate, but I need to put my working bag on this. 2 wards. This one way. Lovely. I know I said I was gonna do the ward 3 ways, but I ended up doing it 2 ways. Because I ran out of daylight and I had to go to the ants. So you got one more 2 ways from me, using similar ingredients. I'm gonna probably keep this jar around, keep it on my altar in my sacred spaces, but I'm curious to know what you would do with these ingredients and what your favorite type of ward is to create, so let me know down in the comments. There's the dog. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. If you want, you can subscribe, comment, and turn the bell on, but absolutely no pressure. And yeah, Fiate Benedetti. Benji, do you want to come say hi? Come say goodbye. Come here, Mito baby. Ah! Yeah, have a good day.